Okay, so guess what I realized after I sewed around all of the edges? I did not distress the edges because guess what? We have lace in the way, and I didn't want it to make the lace look weird or anything. So, and yeah, I couldn't really do it here. So I just decided I'm gonna not ink around the edges of this one. You know, you don't have to ink around every single thing that you put into a junk journal or do as a junk journal. I don't know. So that's my opinion on it, I guess. But so I have this scratch fabric, this extra piece of fabric. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this into some tabs, and pretty much what I do is kind of try and do about an inch. I don't know. I just kind of guesstimate around how big they should be based on how big my journaling cards are. And so they're not all going to be the same size. We've got some that are bigger and some that are smaller. But this is kind of, well, this is how I do it. So I think I'm gonna need at least 2 rows from this fabric, if not more. You could do different colors of fabric if you wanted to do that instead. So each of your tabs is a different fabric altogether. I don't have enough Christmas fabrics for scraps to do that with. And since this is very Christmas themed, I don't know that I would put other fabrics with this. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what I have. Boy, this is tough to this is tough to rip. Let me, clearly not ripping it in the right direction. I forget what I was even just saying. I don't have the right kinds of fabric scraps to put with this. I kind of want to keep them neutral looking, so and let the tags shine. So okay, so we've got ourselves a little bundle of fabric scraps there. I've got my 4 undecorated pages here, and I've got 6 here. So gonna make it a little difficult on ourselves by not having an even number of each. I'm just kind of looking through to see which one I want to be on the cover. I don't know. This one, maybe? And then, well, I kind of wanted a shorter, smaller one. Whoops, put that back over here. So that I could have a taller one behind it. Not much taller, but yeah, like that. So we'll do this, and then we'll need 2 of them in a row that are decorated. So let's just do those 2. Now we need, I'm gonna put this wide one in here at this point. Go like that. Have another one. We have our Santa Claus. And then we'll have, wait, is that Santa? Yeah, Santa Claus. Our last empty one, and then we'll have our other wide one at the end. I think she is a good one to have at the beginning. Okay, so from here, I'm just gonna do my tab binding, and I just like to start with, well, I'm gonna tack it down with some art glitter glue. And I'm just going to put a little dab of glue in the middle. And I don't know why, but it helps me to do the very first one like this. And then I'll turn it the other direction. But I'm just going to tack that down. And then so we're going to have 3 tabs on the first page, 2 tabs on the second page, 3, 2, 3, 2. And so what we're going to do is we'll have like 3 tabs here, but we got to remember that we got to fit 2 tabs in between. So this might be a little bit low. There we go. And these might be a little bit wide, but we'll make it work. So we'll just use 2 shorter, skinnier ones on the next page. And I don't know about you, but I love all of these little stringies hanging out. So, okay, it'll be a little bit tight, but we can make this work. I'm gonna get rid of these 2, and we're gonna save these for the next page. And I'm just gonna tack these down. With glue, and then flip it over. Now on my next page, you don't have to do this every time, but it helps me at first to line them up. I'm just looking at where the gaps are and putting a little bit of glue, and we'll add our other tabs here like that, and we'll flip this over. And now we're going to line up our pages. Doesn't need to be vertical, but I wanted to be able to see the second page in between. Okay, so honestly, I don't usually spend this much time. So we just did those 2. So now what we need to do is fold these 3 over and tack those down. So just add a little bit of glue. Oh, bummer, we're covering up all of the piano roll slots. You won't know it's a piano roll. Oh well. Okay, so got that. Now a little trick that helps me, the last ones that I just folded over and glued down, that's how many you need to add on your next card. So I just use those to help myself line them up. Add a little bit of glue, and we're gonna put our next ones down. Put your finger in the glue like I just did. Yep, we're definitely gonna need some more fabric tabs. So flip that over, line up your stuff. Scooch it down just a little bit because this tab is a little bit tight there. Add my glue and fold those 2 over. Now when I fold them over, you're not probably noticing, maybe you are, but I'll show you on the next one. So I folded 2, so now I need to add 2 tabs. Add this little boogered up one. Just hide him in there. And there we go. I need to be pulling a little bit more over. So now I'm flipping this over, and we'll do the next 3. So we're going to fold these 3 over. So what I'm doing is I'm not getting it super tight to the edge of the card so that it has a little bit of play. Some of these strings. I just found that it helped when you're turning your pages to have a little bit of extra. So, okay, I need to make some more. I'm going to cut it this direction instead. I bet you it'll tear easier. This is some cheap cotton, so it's not overly quality fabric, but it's really good for this kind of stuff. Okay. This is a really fun project for when you just kind of need a break in between projects, or yeah, I find that these are just really fun to put together. They don't take a whole long time to do. So it's not like you're committing yourself to some long drawn out thing. I know for me, sometimes a journal can take weeks, depending on, you know, what all I'm doing to it. If I'm really, really decorating it, and trying to do a lot of really creative things, that sometimes, you know, after a while, you just kind of want to break and to do something a little bit easier. So I don't know. For me, this is a fun little, I don't have to think about it too much kind of project, you know? And it's fast, so it's not like it's going to take a whole long time. And do one of these in an evening. So I just glued 2, so I need to put 2 down. Is that little thing there? Okay, so I glued those 2, so we're going to flip these 3 over. And I'm totally adding more glue than I need here. To be honest, you only need just enough to tack it, because I'm going to be coming back and sewing each of these at the end. A little short one here on the top and bottom. Oh, 3. I always forget. And to be honest with you, I've messed up and done the wrong thing before. In the end, it really doesn't matter too much because it's very forgiving. All right, let's cut ourselves another strip. Another benefit of doing this little craft too is it really uses up your scraps, both fabric and paper. Oh, and lace. Oh my gosh, this fabric. I don't think I've ever had. Maybe it's not so cheap. Maybe that's why it's harder to pull apart. Everywhere though. Okay, so I did 3, so I need 3 on this one. looks like we're kind of migrating with our tabs a little bit, so I need to pull these back. Down. Our middle tab is going a little bit north. It's trying to find the North Star. Okay, so we just did 3, so I'm going to pull 2 over. And we're on our last journaling card, so I actually don't need to glue any more to the front. Now I just need to close it out by wrapping the last 3 onto the back. And then that's it. If you didn't want to do any more sewing, or if you don't have a sewing machine and you can't, you would be done at this point. So what I'm going to do now is take this to the sewing machine, and I'm going to do a zigzag stitch. It doesn't have to be a zigzag. You could do any kind of stitch. I'm just going to lock those tabs in with my sewing machine. I'm just going to do that on every single page, very carefully. But without that, here is a look at our finished little booklet. So isn't that sweet? I really like how these turn out, and they're super fun to make, and you can add one of these into an existing journal and just make it be the decoration, I guess, or you know, there's so many different things that you can do with these. So hope you had a fun time joining me on this little project, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.